Hello everyone, welcome to Matplotlib. So today's session will be moving to learning the concept of another type of plots. In a previous day we learned that in a previous session with the bar plots. So today we'll be moving towards to the histogram plot. We just want to see how the histogram plot will be working. For the histogram we use hist keyword. So let's start with the importing part. So from matplotlib import pyplot, or you can import matplotlib as pyplot as plt. So that's your wish how you have to import it. Pyplot as plt. Yeah, my importing it's done, plt, and I need it importing for the numpy as well. So I'm going with import numpy as np because I need both, because the first one for me to taking as a plotting, for the second one for the generating that plotting for the histogram I needed that. Let's go with the sfig or your access for that. So I'm using here the data, so you can use anything whatever you want to go with. So I'm just using data and I'm just going with the x values, like what x values I want to give. So data comma x value, so x equals to plt dot subplots, like I need to going with the subplots. So subplots, inside the subplots you have to go with the values. So 1 comma 1, the values are done. Next, the main thing, like when you have to create the array, for that we are going with another variable name and a equals to np. That is the main reason to use a numpy, because we need to go with the np values. So np is there, so np dot array, because we need to create this particular array, and then you just go with some of the values. That's your wish how many values you need to go with. I'm just going some values like 32, 23, then I'm going with 6, then 7, then 43, then I'm going with 74, and then going with 50, then going with your 10 comma 5, 10 comma 5 comma 20, then 20 comma your 51, then comma your 7, then 76, 56, and then we can go with 3. So that is some of the values we need to take over this, the values to create the array. And then now the main thing, important part, we have to set using the histogram plotting. For the histogram we use hist, and then we're moving to the datas, like from where we have to take a, because a only has values of your array to create the values, and then moving to bins. In a bins you can give like whatever the values you want to, from where to where you have to give it. So I just divide it into the 0, then 20, and then after 20 40, then 60, then 80, and then 100. So that's your wish how you have to give that. I'm just giving some random values here. And a histogram bins, I'm giving the division will be the 0, then 20 means 0 to 20 some values are there, 20 to 40 some values are there, 40 to 60 some values, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, means 20 difference I'm using for the histogram. And then just normal thing, now you have to set the title. So set with the title, title, set with the title of I will go with any example titles. I'm just going with the example of histogram, because it's a example of histogram. So set with the title now, or like text, if you want to give the any text values like from already bins you give the same thing, you need to give the text like from histogram what the values will be there. So we need to set that, set, and then x, and then text, tick as text. In that particular text just go with the things like what we give for the bins, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and then 100. And now the last two things are x level and y level, what you give for the leveling on that, like the things what you have to give. So let's move to give the x level. So x dot set X level, label. In a X level I'm just giving X, and the Y level I'm just giving Y. So leveling you can decide by yourself. The requirements, it's depend upon the requirements. Like if our requirements or database is different, you can go with your database requirement of that particular X level, Y level. So we give the X level, Y level, and then the last is plt dot show. That is the most important, because we need to see that histogram plotting, like how it's show and how it's work as well. So what we done, we just go with normally the importing part, then we are taking the datas and then just going with the figure, like what the datas we needed. We just go with the subplots, like what the plots are there. Then we start with the A, where we just take a array for that. In that we are having some x of hist values. We just go with the values on that, and then the title set x-tricks, then we move to X level and the Y level, and then we need to show it. Just run this, need to wait little bit time, and it shows. See, I'm giving the values, but if you observe here, like when you go with the after 80 there is no values, so that's why 80 to 100 no values. So we need to add some more values to see there as well. So I'm giving here 89, just yeah, we can do changes here, comma 89, comma 93. So when you run now, like you can observe the values are changed in this. So this is what a histogram plotting is used for. This plotting, it's depend you, like how you have to give that 0 to 20 or 0 to 10, 0 to 30 or 0 to 30, 90, and like that's your wish how you have to plot it. So for us, we plot it in the 20 difference, and we plot it in that way. It will be working on that. In between, whatever the array values I passes here, it shows in that. So this is how you have to use a histogram plotting in a matplotlib. For the so I hope you are clear with the histogram. For the next session, we'll be talking about the another new plot, that is your pie chart, how you have to use pie chart using a matplotlib. Thank you.